Christmas can look very different for grandparents. Some of us are blessed to have our grandkids nearby this year, and some of us are loving them from a distance. Wherever you find yourself this season, I want you to know this. Your presence still matters more than you realize. And today I want to talk a little bit about a Christmas gift that only grandparents can give, plus a few simple traditions you can begin this Christmas that help your grandkids feel like they truly belong, even when you don't live close by. So when we think about Christmas gifts, we usually think about toys or experiences, but what children carry with them long after Christmas morning is something much quieter. It's that feeling of being known, of belonging, of being expected as a cherished and integral member of your family. And grandparents, we are uniquely positioned to give that gift, not through perfection or proximity, but through consistency and caring. So I thought it would be fun to share some thoughts on 3 easy but impactful traditions you can start this Christmas, even if it's last minute. So this is a really fun one that we did, and I have an example that's actually a Halloween book, but this was a big hit with my grandson, and when I went to visit, it was the first book that he asked for. So, and you can do this with any children's book. Just choose a favorite or a new one, and just add a few silly photos of yourself, of your spouse, into the story. And so, as an example, me looking my best, I added myself in here. And there are pictures throughout the book, but these are just some examples. And my husband here. So when I read the book to my grandson just recently, he was excited to look through. He was more excited about looking for our pictures throughout the book than actually listening to the story. But that's just a really fun, wonderful thing. And I know that he's looking at that book, he's reading it with my daughter, with my son-in-law, and he's thinking of us even when we're not there. So just silly photos, exaggerated expressions. Maybe you're wearing a funny hat or something that he remembers you by, or you're just smiling. Depends on the story, just have fun with it and create something that goes with the story. Because when children see familiar faces woven into a familiar story, something powerful happens. That story, it becomes something shared between you, even when you're not together. So this works, of course, when you're reading together in person or over a video call, or even when their parents are reading the book to them. It says to them, you belong in my world and I belong in yours. So another really beautiful tradition to begin this year is to just choose one special story that you can read every Christmas that becomes your tradition. It doesn't have to be a new book. In fact, repetition with children, that's part of the magic. Children find comfort in knowing what comes next, in hearing the same words and the same voice year after year. So even if you're far away, reading that same story each Christmas creates a sense of continuity. It's a quiet reminder that some things remain steady no matter the distance or the chaos of the season. The third tradition I wanted to share with you is a simple one, but it's incredibly meaningful. End every Christmas call or story time in the same way. Maybe it's a special phrase, a hand gesture, a short rhyme, or a blessing. Children thrive on predictability. And when they know how time with you begins and ends, it creates an emotional safety that it's a comfort to them. And over time, that ending becomes a bridge. It's something that they carry with them until the next call with you. So these traditions aren't about doing more. They're about doing something small but consistently. So whether this Christmas finds you surrounded by family or celebrating from afar, please remember, the gift of belonging doesn't require perfection. It just requires your presence. And that is something grandparents give beautifully in ways that children remember for a lifetime. I thank you for being here, and wherever you are this Christmas, I'm wishing you moments of deep connection and joy with your family. If this message resonated with you, I'm so glad you're part of this community, and I hope that we'll be able to share more together as we move into the new year. For now, I'm wishing you a wonderful Christmas with your family, whether it's near or far. Take care.